power slipping away.
To say that the Disney Channel has a lot of hits, well, that would just be an understatement of the last 20 years. Because from their period of Disney Afternoon, with all their animated hits, to all the Disney Channel original movies and all the TV sitcoms that they've done, they do a lot right and very little wrong. So without a doubt, one of the biggest things they ever did was their movie series called The Descendants, which gave us a look into the interconnected futures of the legendary Disney movie characters and what their children and grandchildren would be like. There were 3 movies made, all were hits, and fans still want a 4th. So allow us to show you 6 things to expect in Descendants 4. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 6, Descendants 3. Descendants 3 proved popular with fans, following the legacy teenagers as they returned to the Isle of the Lost, seeking out more villainous offspring to join them at the Eridon Prep School. Previous films have ended with a character turning to the camera to say, "You didn't think this was the end of the story, did you?" However, Descendants 3 did not, suggesting that it may truly be the end for the franchise. The third film also marked Cameron Boyce's final appearance in his role of Carlos, son of Cruella de Vil. He died on July 6, 2019 due to epilepsy complications, and Descendants 3 was dedicated to his memory. Real-life deaths like this have racked movies and TV shows alike throughout history, and depending on the character, which can absolutely kill a show, not unlike Bill Paxton when he died in the TV adaptation of Training Day, went away with him. Plus, given the ending, it didn't really tease another film. It's possible that this is indeed the final run for the gang. Number 5, the cast talks about their closeness. One thing you can definitely tell about the cast of The Descendants is that they are very much close to one another. They're not just teens getting paid to go do a role. There is a lot of true chemistry and friendship going on in there, and even the cast knows it. I think that the cast has this unbelievable next level closeness that when you watch it, you really believe that these characters love each other and have this chemistry in the way that they do. Because we do, says Dove Cameron, who played Maul, and she said that to Digital Spy. I think so much of the love and feelings that we have towards each other really reflects in the films. While you would think that this would mean that the cast would want to come back together to ensure a 4th film gets done, the opposite is also true in regards to their fallen cast member. Because they were so close together and loved one another that doing it without Cameron Boyce, who was a big part of the franchise, might just seem hollow in some fashion. Now granted, they could make that a Descendants 4 and have the various characters reflect on the loss of one of their own, but it doesn't seem likely.
Yes.
It's where they mutually benefit each other.
Yes, exactly.
So you get a place to sit and I get a...
Number 4, the spin-offs and additions. One of the reasons that The Descendants was such a big hit was not just the cast, but the entire feeling of the films. The music, the story, the look, everything just resonated with viewers, and Disney, being Disney, knew they had to capitalize on that. It's already gotten an expanded universe outside of the trilogy of movies, including various books that fill in gaps between movies, animated spin-offs, and live-action short movies such as Under the Sea and Audrey's Royal Return. Plus, back in March of 2020, news hit the web that they were turning the series into a Broadway play. According to Playbill.com, a stage adaptation of the Disney Channel original movie series is now available for licensing. It will reportedly be based off all 3 of the flicks and contain old songs, which will then be adapted by Madeline Smith and orchestrated by Matthew Tischler, as well as new tunes which will be written by Nick Blaemire. Now there's every chance that instead of movies, Descendants could continue with these and have a short movie that revisits Eridon every now and then, or a book series that tells of events for Maul, Evie, Jay, and Carlos after Descendants 3. Not to mention, there is one other option here, and it's called Disney+. That is the streaming service that Disney has, and you can watch The Descendants on that for the record, and with its massive success, it's possible that they could continue things there in a different way. So while we might not get a Descendants 4, we could get other stories from that universe that will help to fill the void. Number 3, new kids returning parents. But should there be a Descendants 4, there is a lot of possibilities to be had, and even the cast knows that. For example, one thing that many people have noted was that the parents of these Descendants were only seen in the first movie, and not really in the other 2. I don't think we ever asked Kristen Chenoweth, who played Maleficent, to come back for the 3rd, or any of the parents really, but I do know that she would love to be involved in the franchise more, as Dove Cameron explained. She's a very good friend of mine, and I know that she enjoys the franchise so much, as well as Cheyenne Jackson, who played Hades, and there's definitely possibility for that in the future. So given the ending of Descendants 3, it's possible that number 4 could reunite the kids and the parents for a new kind of journey and a new world that has now been forged. Also, as fans know, each movie introduced a new crop of younger characters, including Dizzy, daughter of Drizella Tremaine, Celia, daughter of Dr. Facilier, Squeaky and Squirmy, two sons of Mr. Smee, and we could also catch up with them as they settle into life in Eridon. Dove Cameron was keen to point out that she hadn't heard anything about spin-offs, although did tease something she was doing with the franchise. I know that Disney has been very specific about saying that this world doesn't really ever end. It goes on forever and the possibilities are endless, she added. I would never say that it's over, but I also would never confirm anything at this time. I would be open to doing more.
I got it. How long must Mommy wait to see you?
Number 2, many of the cast would be up for it. As we've just shown, one of the big stars of the films, Dove Cameron, is very much up for coming back to the franchise if asked. But what about the rest? It's such a cool world that they've created. There are so many different possibilities. Sarah Jeffrey, who played Princess Audrey, daughter of Princess Aurora in the films explained. I feel like a Descendants 4 could totally happen, but also a spin-off could happen with new characters and new daughters and sons of princesses and princes and other villains. You really have endless possibilities there. It's a great franchise, and it was a lot of fun to be a part of. There's a few things that I don't know yet, Mitchell Hope told J14 exclusively when he was asked if there was a possibility that Disney would make a 4th movie. There's always a chance on the horizon. I'd be excited to do it. Absolutely, Sophia Carson said to J14. It would be such a privilege to continue that story. Evie gave me so much. She's just this gift that keeps on giving. She brings so much joy to my life, so I would love to. Stephen Vincent, Vice President of Music and Soundtracks at Disney Channel, told Variety, I think everybody would love the franchise to continue. It's just been, what is the main storyline, or is it a new storyline? I think everybody believes in the power of the Descendants franchise, but also the possibilities. There's a lot to explore for sure. When you combine that enthusiasm with all the love for the franchise by fans, it's possible that it could return. The only question would be when, and of course, in what capacity.
Oh, ABC, Disney Channel, Freeform, Lifetime, Disney XD!
Number 1, how it could return. Usually, Disney Channel is very good about getting their franchises out in a good amount of time. If you look back at the previous movie franchises that they've made, you'll see just that. With Descendants 4 though, the wait is still on, but that just makes the heart grow fonder, as they say. As such, 2021 could be the year they announce it's coming back, and then break it out in 2022 to grand effect. Or, as noted, they might decide to go a different route and bring it to Disney Plus via a spin-off series or various kinds in order to bring families to the subscription service. As the cast and team behind it noted, the beauty of something like The Descendants is that there is a lot of potential between franchises, old and new. And with so many avenues to go to and characters to bring in, the possibilities are out there should Disney want to capitalize. And if we're being honest here, when does Disney not try to capitalize on things like this? So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the potential Descendants 4 film and what it might entail in regards to both the story and the characters? Do you think that Disney will bring back the characters for one more foray into the world that they made? Or do you think that the show ending at 3 films is fair and doesn't need to be explored anymore? Let us know in the comments below, be sure to subscribe, and we will see you next time on the channel.